right?
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my ultimate beginner's guide for the game Decaying Winter. Decaying Winter is a team-based survival shooter with classes, traits, and many different features to learn about. So in this guide, I'll be covering everything you need to know to be decent at this game. You may have already tried this game or haven't played this game at all, but this guide may still teach you a thing or two. So stick around as I cover everything you need to know to become a pro. So let's get started with perks. Basically what perks are is classes, and there are a total of 17 perks in this game, and each of them have different abilities and skills. However, as a new player, you'll be locked out of perks until you reach level 5. Don't worry though, reaching level 5 in this game is very simple. To reach level 5 in this game, all you need to do is survive the night and kill enemies. Surviving the night will give you 250 experience, and killing basic enemies will give you 25. And they can go up all the way to 250 depending on the difficulty of enemy you kill. As you can see here, as a new player you'll be locked out and it will say that you reach level 5, but if I show you on my screen now, you can see that on my other account they're all unlocked already. However, don't worry about perks yet because Survivalist class is very good. You spawn with 6 inventory spaces and you spawn with full thirst and hunger bar. So it's very good and a very solid class to get to level 5, and after that you're free to pick whatever you want. Now let's talk about traits. There are a total of 16 traits in this game, and you gain access to all these traits once you start playing the game. So at the moment you join the game, you have access to all your traits, and this is what can help you level up even faster if you want to get to those perks. What I would suggest as a beginner, since you do not have any cons yet, a survivalist class is basically all pros, you can probably invest some of your traits into violent tendencies, which will allow you to swing faster your light swings, and perhaps Maniac, which will allow you to swing faster your heavy swings. That case, you'll be able to cover yourself better in early games when ammo and guns are scarce, and you'll be able to kill enemies faster and get more XP. And if you're really looking into becoming more of a tanky survivalist or even faster, you can invest into Impatient, which will make you move faster, or you can also pick Survivor, which will help you regen health every 10 seconds, which will stop you from bleeding out. And then besides that, you can always get Fearless, which is always great because you can always take less damage from firearms and explosions for late game, or if you really want to, you can go Dependable. Dependable is very good if you want to be tanky. So just play around these traits. There's no right or wrong with these traits, but until you get into perks, and once you get into perks, traits matter because you want to basically make up for the cons of your perk, so your character is more well balanced. But as a survivalist, you're free to pick whatever you like, and just play around with it, yeah. So for items, we can categorize most items into 5 categories: our guns, melees, meds, throwables/deployables, and blueprints. For this segment of the video, we'll be using images from the official Decaying Winter Trello, so make sure you guys go check them out because they have an amazing team there working on this Trello, and they keep it updated constantly, and I'll put a link to the description below as well as their Discord so you can go check them out. So firstly, we have the melee weapons. Our melee weapons are probably the most important weapon in the game because many times our guns will not have enough ammo to be sustained to be used every single night, so we'll rely heavily on our abilities and our melee weapons. As you can see, there are many different melee weapons, and each of them are very distinct with different range, damage, and attack speeds. However, there are some melee weapons which can only be crafted by a blueprint, and these melee weapons are presumably the strongest melee weapons in this game, not only due to its damage, but how it can play with other perks. So let's talk about guns. So guns in this game are quite rare to find, however you can find guns laying around across the map or sometimes in crates, as you see now. You're more likely to get a gun from a crate, however the crates can also have other items in it such as melee, deployables, and meds. There are a total of 7 types of ammo in this game, and they are used to chamber each different type of gun. You have light ammo, small ammo, short ammo, medium ammo, which I don't have any, heavy ammo, long ammo, and finally shell ammo. As you can see, they are all respectively chambered into their guns, and each different type of gun uses different ammo. As you can see here, if I take a Mac 10, you can see that it takes light ammo. So when I equip light ammo, it will allow me to reload the gun, just like that. Same for the Redeemer, which is a pistol. It uses long ammo, so when you take it, you can reload the gun. Quite self-explanatory. It is very simple. Now I'll recommend you guns you can use for early game to late game. They're all around pretty good guns, and they only take 50 scrap to make compared to the 100 scrap you need to make other kind of weapons. So here, as you can see, this is the guns that I'll recommend you to use. I recommend you these two guns not only because they only cost 50 scrap to make, but also the fact that you can dual wield these guns and they have pretty high ammo capacities. So for meds, there are way too many in this game for me to actually go through each one of them in detail. So if you want to see them, you can go into Trello, but I'll give you a very brief description of what they do. So meds can be put into 5 categories. Meds that heal you, meds that give you buffs, meds that remove debuffs, meds that stop you from stop infection, and lastly, meds that stop you from bleeding and taking passive damage over time. So as you can see, so there's one important thing you guys do need to know about this game, which is morale. Morale is a debuff given to you whenever a teammate dies, and you cannot remove morale unless everyone in your team survives the night. And what morale does is that it makes you slower and it increases the damage you take. So as you can see, I'm walking incredibly slow due to the triple morale debuff that I've gotten. The maximum amount of morale you can be given is 4, and when you have 4 morale, you basically can get one-shotted by most enemy types in this game. So you want to make sure that you try your best not to die. And you can activate your watch by clicking T. This agent watch is very special because it shows you the amount of time you have left to loot, and it also shows you different menus such as where you can restore your hunger and thirst, where you can drop scrap, where you can drop ammunition, and exactly the data of your weapon. So if I can find a weapon right now, let me show you. As you can see, if I pick up ammo here, it will show up in my ammunition and I can drop the ammo. And if I find a melee weapon such as this lead pipe, it will show me exactly the statistics of the lead pipe. Apart from your normal scavs, there are special enemy types. As you can see here, this is a Skinner. A Skinner is disguised as a normal scav until you approach it, and it will turn into this monstrosity that will chase you down until you fucking die. And I tell you, this thing is incredibly strong, and I was only able to kill it thanks to my minigun perk as Risk Runner. Although I did not have footage of me fighting all of these different special shadows, I am able to show you another clip of me fighting a hanger, which will make you commit suicide if you do not continuously spam E. The remaining 2 shadow enemies are the scariest one out of all of them in my opinion. First of all, we have the Hidden. The Hidden is a hidden enemy that is invisible to the player. You can only hear it or be aware of it by listening to the whispers saying that it's around you or behind you. This enemy can one-shot you from the back if you're not careful, so to fight this enemy, you should turn your back against a wall or off a cliff and spam heavy attacks with your melee weapon. And the other one is the Sickler. The Sickler is by far one of the scariest mobs in this game. It has a lot of health, and you only have a 5-second window to run away before the Sickler starts attacking. The Sickler will not stop until your whole team is dead, and this mob has 800 HP. Now let's talk about the Scrap System. In this game, the fastest way to get the item or weapon that you want is to make it by blueprint. And to get scrap, you need to take any item into the recycling bin, as you can see as I'm doing right now, and scrapping it. By scrapping it, you get scrap at the bottom left corner of your screen, and once you hit 50 or 100, you'll be able to craft blueprints that you want. And these blueprints can be melee or guns, and it can be crafted at a workbench for the required amount of scrap that it takes. Some items are 50 and some are 100, but most of them are going to be 100 scrap, so make sure you get 100 scrap before you go find a workbench and place the blueprint down. And once you do that, just simply press E and the item that you want will be crafted. This is a much better way to get the weapons you need compared to the fact that you have to base it on luck on finding them, and many times you might not be able to find them. Now I'll be showing you what happens when you step on each and every different type of trap in this game. Anyway guys, thank you guys for sticking to the end of the video. I know it's quite a long video. I try to cut it short, but there's a lot of things to cover in Decaying Winter. But I really hope you guys like this ultimate beginner's guide. It was a lot of work for me, and perhaps you guys don't agree with everything I say in the video, but this is to my own opinion and my own experiences of when I started out. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And if you guys would show me some love and give a like or subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. And anyway, if this is not your kind of content, hopefully in the future I'll be making some other content on JoJo again, or Treylands, or anything outside of Roblox as well. Just let me know in the comments and I'll look at it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for sticking around, and until next time, see ya.